from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Up next, let's keep it in the NFC for this game between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond their 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
He was tackled at the 27.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now Williams. And is a catch for Luther Burden. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Nickel look by the Packers on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Has his man caught by Odunze. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
That's good for a Bears.
From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Williams to throw. He set up the screen here to Swift. And he's brought down at the line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To the air yet again, Williams. He completes it in traffic. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down. Again, it's Williams. That's Cox. This is Loveland. And what a hit there. Alex, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
He's going to run here. Manunga. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Out of the pistol, Williams. He brings it in. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Play number 9 of the drive. This is going to be 3rd and 5 to go. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And his perfect start over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Santos' kick is good. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
With how well they were eating up yards and first downs, you know that kicker wanted to come out for a PAT, but he'll take a field goal and he'll take 3.
Santos to kick off.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 33, yellow, ready.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
At the 40-yard line.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
10 flat.
Love from the gun. That's reeled in by Jayden Reed. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Down. Set.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he comes through big here. 9 yards. It's second down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Less than a ruler needed here on second down.
Here we go, set. Punt.
Going run again with Jacobs. He brushed him off with ease. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. 6
To the air with Love. That's caught. Tucker Kraft. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Here we go. Set.
Love now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked by T.J. Edwards.
Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They're looking at second and pretty short. Completed to his running back. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Williams to throw on first. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down, here's Swift. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. That was Michael Parsons making that play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Now here's Williams. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Connecting with his back here, Swift. And this one does not go far.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And the downhill charge gets there and touches this one right at the 14.
Ready up.
Packers getting set here. 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mega. Set, ready.
Golden motioning left.
Hut, hut.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Ready.
2nd and 3 now.
Down. Ready.
From the pistol, here's Love. He's got a man left. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Javon Dexter escorted him to the ground.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
Ready, ready. Yes, set.
Shotgun now for Love. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
On the double.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Let's go. Ready.
Love out of the shotgun. He's got it complete to Reed. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down, Green Bay.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Set, set.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he picks up 5 on that first down run, brings up 2nd down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Love looking to pass. Dump off caught by his back. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
To number 26. It's a gain of a yard.
And we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More from Soldier Field after this.
Ready, break.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4.
Let's go now. Ready?
Blitz coming, Love. This one's caught. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
5-yard gain.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set.
They'll try and punch it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They go to him again. And he gets nothing here. The defense stands strong. It'll be a gain of only 1 on 2nd, so that brings up 3rd and goal from the 2.
Well, Kate, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
Set. Set.
Love now on 3rd and goal. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers get some late points and the lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
And the kick is no good. The snap was off the mark, and that leads to a miss hit on the point after. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. Fields this one at the 3. He's This makes it up to the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive.
What is going on?
First down, Williams. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. Nice gain there on second down before they get to him, but we also have a flag down, partner, so let's see if this stands. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. Things a bit tougher following that penalty. Here's second and 15. Running it after the penalty. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is first and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Jacobs. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Ready up.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7.
Come on.
Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Down.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
Ready.
Throwing his love on third. Gets it downfield, on target to Watson. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. They get 27 on the play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
They'll come up on first and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Working inside the red zone. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers make it a 10-point ball game. And here is Schmidt to send this away. Khalif Raymond to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Working from the gun, Williams. Short pass brought in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Finds him over the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They gain 11 on that play, and that'll be first down Chicago.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. First down, Williams to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down Bears.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and 10 now from the 46. Here's Williams again. He completes it in traffic. And he's taken down at the 30. A gain of 15 there. And that'll be first down Chicago. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
It's his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Again, it's Williams. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Has his man caught by Odunze. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
In the red zone on first. And that is caught. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears start the second half with some needed points. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist, and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears cut it to a field goal game.
Bears 10. Cairo Santos, the kickoff.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Set, hut. 52 blue.
Side play straight ahead. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Run lost some yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Yellow, 22. Set.
Love from the gun. Lasers this one deep down the middle. That's caught at the 25. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers make it a 9-point advantage. Christian Watson with the touchdown.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Schmidt tacks on that extra point. And the Packers make it a 10-point ball game.
Bears 10.
And here is Schmidt to send this away. Here's Raymond on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Out of the pistol, Williams. Hits him on the out route. Oh, he lost the football. And the Packers secure it. And they can't add anything after that recovery. But they do take possession of the football.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they...
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Offense is set. 1st and 10.
What is up?
Now Williams. Complete right side. Burden has it. And he'll manage what he can up to the 48. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Second down now, 7 to go.
What is on?
To the air yet again, Williams. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
3rd and just 2 to go.
What is it on? Here we go.
Here he is on 3rd and short. That's Cox. This is Loveland. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Williams to throw on first. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down Bears.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
First down, Williams. Connecting with his back here, Sprint. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Looking, but will not find it. So incomplete on 2nd and goal, Brock. Chances starting to run thin to score here.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
Field goal doesn't move that needle. They're going for the touchdown. It's 4th and goal. Desperation time here. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Edger and Cooper takes it away.
The result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. To the air with Love. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Bears have some new life in the fourth.
Kate, I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Williams on first down. Brought in. And in for the Chicago touchdown. The Bears making a 4-point game here in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Rob. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
A gain of 13 yards.
Here we go.
And a
Ready?
Packer first down.
There's a dive up the middle. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Got it.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Set.
From the pistol, here's Love. And he makes the... Wait, no, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen.
Ready.
But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. So here's Jack Brownie to punt this one away. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
From left side finds Burden. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for him. We've got 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
A 6-yard pickup.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears trail by a field goal. Offense still line. This is 2nd and 4. Here's Williams again. Connection made to Raymond. And he's not far from that 1st down marker, is he, partner? Up to the 47. 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd and 1.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Here he is to throw. This gets the 1st and more. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. They got 21 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Setting up to pass. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Only 90 seconds remaining, partner. Here comes 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Throw takes him to the sideline, but he gets both feet in with the catch.
might sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going. To throw. That's caught for the first. He gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Hits his running back. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minutes. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35.
Okay, ready?
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw it. Kraft has it. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
Okay.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. This is complete. It's Matthew Golden. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They get 23 on that one. And it'll give the Packers the 1st.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. The Packers take their 1st time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Here we go, set.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Love from the gun. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them.
Ready?
They'll take 2nd down behind the sticks now after that holding call.
Blue striker. Come on, set. Ready.
Love out of the shotgun. Finds the in route complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Now with just 10 seconds left in our game, we've got a timeout.
It's now 3rd down.
One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Ready.
Now to throw. Pass brought in by Watson. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal.
Ready?
Here's Love to throw. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. 1 final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Ready, set.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal.
Ready, cut.
One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Bears come away with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Huard and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we say so long from Chicago.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from a bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up.